Watch this. You might think these images are from the film Avatar or from a distant Earth-like planet. It's difficult to believe these locations exist on our own planet. Here are 10 unbelievable real-life locations. But before that, if you are new, then do subscribe to our channel. And also write hi in the comment box, which will motivate me to bring new thrilling, unique stories for you. Number 10 in the category is Waterfall, Mauritius. Mauritius is famous for its idyllic beaches and crystal clear seas, but there's an incredible phenomenon in the southwest corner of the island. Despite its appearance, it appears to be an underwater waterfall. This is not a flowing body of water, but rather an optical illusion caused by the seafloor structure. The island is located on an ocean shelf that is only 500 feet deep at its deepest point. However, it quickly descends to depths of nearly 2.5 miles. And what you're seeing in the underwater waterfall isn't water falling into the abyss, but sand particles being pushed over by it. New Zealand's glowing worm cave is on number 9. New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, but beyond the peaks of the mountain ranges, deep valleys, and glaciers are a series of caves straight out of a fairy tale. This is due to the fact that they are home to glowworms, which are larval forms of a species of fungus, gnat, that is endemic to them. The bioluminescence produced by insects is known locally as TTY, which means projected over water. Abdomens is a chemical reaction that occurs due to a chemical reaction between Lucifer's enzyme and a molecule of Lucifer. It creates one of the most beautiful natural sights on the planet. When thousands of glowworms are active, it makes for a magical boat ride through the cave. Number 8. The mountains to North China. The mountains of China's Hunan province are some of the world's most unusual mountain formations, covering an area of approximately 17,000 acres. They are made of quartz sandstone and first emerged from the earth 400 million years ago. The resulting erosion of the rock formed these skinny mountains, which reach a height of 3,976 feet and are named after the legend of a farmer who led a revolt against an oppressive regime and referred to himself as the Son of Heaven. When the mountains are shrouded in mist, they take on a mystical quality, and it's no surprise that they served as inspiration for mountain landscapes in films such as Avatar, and that they're one of the region's most popular tourist destinations. Grand Prismatic Spring, Wyoming, USA, number 7. The Grand Prism Spring, located in Yellowstone National Park, is the largest hot spring in the United States. With a width of about 370 feet and a depth of at least 160 feet, it's large enough to fit a 10-story building inside. The spring is fed by a crack in its floor, through which up to 560 gallons of water are released every minute. Its normal temperature is 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which explains why it is surrounded by such vibrant rings. The presence of microbes that live in hot environments causes color. You'll see reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues depending on the time of year. Monte Arama, number 6. We're so accustomed to seeing natural formations with irregular shapes that it seems impossible for something to have a rigid design. Montec in Venezuela, on the other hand, is not your average mountain, with a 12-square-mile summit surrounded by 1,300 feet tall cliffs that almost form a square shape. It is located on a tri-point border between Venezuela, Guyana, and Brazil and has long been a part of the local community. The Andean and Capone people believe it is the stump of a massive tree that once produced all of the fruits and vegetables in the world, and the seemingly insurmountable cliffs have inspired a number of stories, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World in Paradise Falls from the film Up. Senegal's Lake Ripon is ranked number 5. On Africa's northwest coast, about 18 miles northeast of Senegal's capital, Dakar is a lake that is unlike any other in the world. Please contact Lake Ripon. It has an extremely high salt content, which creates ideal conditions for the growth of Dunacillina algae, which are bright red in color and give the water a pink appearance. This unusual color is more noticeable during the region's dry season, which lasts from November to June, and it is accentuated by the magenta bushes that grow along its shores. The lake is also an important economic center, with thousands of people depending on the retrieval and sale of salt deposits as well as fishing. The catches here don't quite match what's possible in other lakes because, in order to survive in such salty water, the fish only grow to about 1/4 the size they would in other lakes. Beach Pen, China. Number 4. China is full of incredible geographical sites, but perhaps none as surprising as the Red Beach in Panjin. It's around the Pen's mouth. Shuni River's soil is so alkaline that only a few plant species can thrive. One that does particularly well is the sui, or salsa, which has a deep red color and is responsible for the region's distinctive appearance. Mars was thought to be red because it was covered in crimson plants. And if that were true, the beach at Pannin would have looked exactly like that, with so many plants growing on the shores. The Red Beach is the world's largest wetland area, and together with Asia's largest reed marsh, the entire region is a protected area of natural interest. It is home to over 260 different bird species and over 400 different types of other animals. Among them are the endangered red-crowned crane and black-mouthed gull. On number 3, Poland's Crooked Forest. Deep within a forest near the town of Sino in Poland is a phenomenon known as the Crooked Forest, which has perplexed researchers and visitors alike since its discovery. There are an estimated 400 pine trees that have grown very differently than usual. It's believed that they were planted in the 1930s when the region was still a part of Germany, and that after emerging from the ground, they bent north for several feet before growing upwards. Again, it is unknown why this has occurred and why only these 400 trees have done so. There are a few of them. The first possibility is that it is the result of human design, possibly due to a tool used when they were first planted, or that they were all subjected to a freak weather event, such as a snowstorm when they were young in their development. However, no records exist to support either theory, so it's entirely possible. We'll never know for sure. Number 2. Madagascar's Stone Forest. Madagascar is commonly thought to have an unrivaled amount of biodiversity. Its geographical features, however, are equally impressive. The Stone Forest, located within the Singidaba and Maha National Park, began as a lagoon hundreds of millions of years ago. Due to tectonic activity, limestone deposits formed on the bed and were lifted above the water's surface. More limestone was revealed as the lagoon receded, and it was worn away by the monsoon's rain over the following years. This, combined with groundwater erosion that formed caves that later collapsed, has left a series of towers with canyons between them, resulting in the world's largest such formation. Its name means where one cannot walk barefoot, which is an appropriate warning. These pillars, some of which are up to 2,600 feet tall, are sharp enough to cut through flesh or equipment and must be traversed with extreme caution. Lake Baikal, Russia, is ranked 1. At 5,387 feet deep, Lake Baikal in southern Siberia is the world's largest known freshwater lake, containing nearly a quarter of our planet's non-saline surface water. It is the world's deepest and oldest lake, having formed around 25 million years ago. The region is rich in plant and animal life, as one would expect, and it supports numerous villages and tribes. But what's most amazing about this place is what happens when it freezes over. Because it is formed in a valley, it is exposed to freezing winds that blow across its surface, resulting in the formation of incredible ice structures that are difficult to believe are natural. Methane bubbles are frequently trapped in ice. Small particles are blown together, frozen, melted, and refrozen to form unusual shapes, and at the right time of year, rocks can even be seen sitting on their own icy pedestals. This is one of the most serene and awe-inspiring places on the planet, and it is well worth a visit if you have the opportunity. So, for today our list ends here. Write down in comment box if you want to see this type of weird nature places. For more, subscribe to Stunning Truth and check out some of our other popular videos.